So what I will say is, even though I guess we're on line with most things, there's a couple differences. I mean, for one, you're a high heel loving DeSantis supporter. And according to the media, I'm a democracy hating Vivek supporter. So we at least got that going, right?
Yeah, if the worst dig you can get at my man is he wears lifts, then I feel pretty good about my man Heavy D.
Well,
So
it's not
I'm
like
all
it
right.
even matters. It's not like it even matters, right? Because Trump is what, up 60% in the Republican primaries right now? I think is what the last poll was.
That's what they say. Obviously, Iowa was going to be interesting just because caucuses are so different,
Yeah.
and we'll see where it really lands. So it could get interesting,
Well,
and polls are what they are. It's they're not exactly an exact science. They're a snapshot in time, so there's still a lot of time before people start actually voting.
when it comes to Republican primary, I really almost hope the polls aren't what they are because I don't mind DeSantis being in second. All right, I understand that. I totally get it. Did a great job in Florida. I don't hate DeSantis at all. Now, I don't agree with what he's doing, trying to run against Trump, to be honest, but I like DeSantis overall, so I get why he's in second. But Nikki Haley in third, are you kidding me? That screaming banshee warmonger of a woman's in third place right now. And
it
get this.
depends on the poll. Some have her in second, so she's making a move. They say.
So I know the last Fox News poll that showed like DeSantis at 14, her at 11, and then like Vivek at 7. And all I'm thinking is, who the hell's looking at them during the debates and going, that's the woman right there. Let's go to war with Russia. Let's go to war with Iran. Let's go to war with China.
And you get a war, and you get a war.
I'm 30. I'm still technically in the draft range. I know. And get this. Of all groups to endorse her, AFP has officially endorsed Nikki Haley of all groups.
Well, open border AFP, who never did really back a conservative candidate officially. So are you surprised?
Listen, I went out and I ran I ran one of those virtual runs with AFP like 3 years ago, and I joke you not, okay? I'm dead serious when I say the name of the run was the End Endless Wars 5K. And they're endorsing Nikki Haley. I have an AFP shirt in my closet that literally just says End Endless Wars. And they decide to back the woman who's the most warmonger of them all.
Here's the thing. I'm not a communist. So out of any of these four people, I mean, that's who's going to get my vote if they get the nomination. So I'm not voting for the other side, and that's for sure. I mean, if it turns out to be Nikki, it's Nikki. That's not my first choice.
I would rather have Chris Christie. I would rather have Chris Christie in there. Krispy Kreme Christie. I'd rather have him in office than Nikki Haley. Because at least then we get memes. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley would pretty much outlaw memes.
You're just hoping to get one of those beach hugs from him. That's all you care about. So and it's back there on the bookshelf, but the Koch book, Good Profit. I mean, that's actually a really good book.
No, actually, I have it on my shelf right back here.
Some of the ideas that AFP has, they're right on, and some of the things you learn, when COVID is raging and there's not enough hospital beds, well, you know why there's not enough hospital beds? The government won't allow more hospital beds, and so there's all those things that they are right on, but they're wrong on so many things when it comes to the conservative politics.
So, like, full disclosure, for anyone who doesn't know, I did work with AFP for a while there, and those sort of stuff, he's 100% right. They have actually a lot of positive things they do. I did a couple speeches around the area to some groups about stuff like telemed and, a lot of just kind of getting government out of healthcare, and they were right on the money with all of that. I couldn't stand their position on the border. I don't get that one bit, but, I mean, Koch brothers, they've kind of always been kind of open border people, I guess, but I don't get how they could turn their back on their whole. They have a whole section of that where all these nonprofits, they split off into different things, right? Like almost all companies end up basically doing as well. And one of them is Concerned Veterans for America, and their whole gimmick was basically nothing but get us out of war. Like, that was their whole thing, was just get us out of wars. And so we worked a lot with them. And the main thing we were trying to do was just support candidates who were against being in the Middle East, against being just anywhere involved around the world when it came to any of these wars going on. And then they picked the one candidate to endorse who is the only one up there, I think, who is directly calling for more war than what's already going on.